Hi and welcome. This is Wanda from Lil Rose Artworks. Today we will be making this resin sculpture. All items used will be in the description box. Don't forget, subscribe, like, and hit that bell. Now let's get going. Here I've chosen wood as my base and I've trimmed it to size and I'm just cleaning it up. After you get it cleaned up, I've been coating it with resin in order to make it more stable. It's a pretty dry piece of wood. After it's coated with the resin, I let it sit for 24 hours. My image has been chosen. I am doing a betta fish, so I'm outlining it with hot glue on a piece of plastic that will both release the glue and the resin that I'll be pouring on there. I outline it and then I go over it again to give it a deeper well in order to hold the resin. And there's my image. I'm also going to make a dam. I'm using a silicone mold that's for a tray, and I'm using a portion of it. So I'm creating a dam in order to make the base for my piece, and again, just needs to be deep enough. And I'm going to make waves, so sandwich bags. I found this technique online, and I really would love to give credit to the young lady, but I couldn't find her again. The sandwich bags are kind of torched to make different shapes, and then you just pour your resin in there, your colored resin, and then again leave it for 24 hours or a little less. You don't want it so hard that you have to mold it, and you'll see later that I left it a little too long because it was New Year's Day. That would be the next day, and I was a little bit busy, so I did let it go over. And then my image, I'm now filling it with my resin. I used mica powders. These are Vitarie mica powders that I've used to color my fish. And I am just putting all the resin in the wells created by the hot glue. I will have the description box will tell you all the colors that I used and the materials that I used. Been about 24 hours, and so I have peeled the image off of the plastic, and right now I am trimming around the edge. Sometimes you get a little bit of the resin leaking over or something not nice about your glue. I'm also making some cuts along some of the glue lines in order to give my image a little bit more of a free-flowing effect. So I'm cutting along the glue lines, and I'm kind of making sure that the piece can move a little bit. And removing the waves. Now I'm trying to determine where I want to place my piece. Keep in mind when you put your image on there, you have to have some contact area. So I start out with one contact area, but I need more for stabilization. So you'll see that I will be bending my image a little bit and attaching it in another spot. Now that is, I am using right now for my initial contact, I am using super glue or CVA glue and an accelerator. That accelerator is Insta Set, and it helps a lot. And there I'm bending the piece back a little bit to make a second contact point. And you can also see right there at the bottom, sorry, not a good image, but where I cut away some of the glue so that the piece could move a little bit. And you'll see at the top and around the tail, the fins, the top fins and the tail, that I cut around the glue lines there so I could have some movement in my piece. Again, CVA glue with accelerator holds it in place so I can continue to work. That is not the final, it is going to be adhered better with resin. I did make a mistake. I had fashioned that octopus and did that, and I was so excited about having it done that I applied it before, you know, without doing it online. Here I'm just trying to figure out where I'm going to put my waves, and you see that because it was a little bit cold and I left my resin a little too long, I had to heat it up with my heat gun in order to mold it, but that's okay. And then again, I'm attaching it with my CVA glue and the accelerator in order to hold it very, very well to start. Because of the weight of the wave, if I had to put something there to hold it up, because it's now off balance. I mixed up my resin, and what I'm going to do next, you see me pouring it into where the attachments are, where the fish is attaching to the base, the wooden base, where the waves are attaching. You see me painting over the waves where some of it's a little bit thin. You'll see me painting over the fish where I want portions, like if you had your back of your fish on a matte surface, which made the back surface not shiny but matte, you can paint over it. You see that I am stabilizing everything by painting everything with the resin and also drizzling in the resin between all my contact points. I'm attaching some other pieces that I had made out of clay. I baked the clay, painted the clay, and attached it. I've added some different ornaments, the shells, and then finally poured my resin into my base. And then all we have to do is pull it out of that base and that piece is done. So glad that you guys joined me. If you have any questions at all, please put them in the comments box. I'll be happy to answer them. I do plan on doing a slower version of this, and of course get those bubbles out of there. And our piece is done. You'll see that there was a little bit of overspill with the resin and some of the glue I didn't like, so I'm trimming that away. Other than that, our piece is finished. Thank you so much again for joining us. I hope you had fun following along on this project. I had fun making it. Any questions, any comments, please put them in the comments bar. I will happily answer them for you. Again, like, subscribe, hit that bell. It was a pleasure doing this with you today. It was a lot of fun. I plan on doing more projects, so please check in with me again. This is Wanda at Lil Rose Artworks.